stop. If you're getting Social Security, SSI, or SSDI payments, there's one critical action you need to take before February ends, and missing it could put your benefits at serious risk. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but here's what nobody's talking about. There's a vital update happening right now with the Social Security Administration that could directly impact when and how you receive your money. And if you don't know about this step, you could face delays, payment issues, or even worse, complications that take months to resolve. Here's the thing. Thousands of beneficiaries are going to miss this deadline simply because they don't know it exists. And once February passes, fixing the problem becomes 10 times harder. Whether you're retired, receiving disability, or counting on SSI to make ends meet, this affects you. In the next few minutes, I'm breaking down exactly what this vital step is, who needs to take it, the specific deadline you cannot miss, and the easiest way to get it done. No complicated paperwork, no confusion. I've done all the research so you don't have to. This isn't clickbait. This is about protecting the payments you've earned and depend on. So don't scroll past this. Your financial security could literally depend on watching this video through to the end. If this information could help you or someone you care about, smash that like button right now so more people can see this critical update. All right, let's dive straight into what's happening and why this matters so much to you. Now, I know you've probably seen a lot of headlines about Social Security lately, and maybe you're tired of hearing about changes and updates that don't seem to affect you directly. But trust me when I say this one is different. This isn't about some far-off policy change or political debate. This is about a specific action that the Social Security Administration needs you to take, and the window to do it is closing fast. So, what exactly is this vital step? Well, the Social Security Administration has been rolling out a modernized verification system, and they need all beneficiaries to confirm their personal information and update their contact details in their online accounts. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like just another bureaucratic hassle, right? But here's why it's absolutely critical. The SSA is implementing enhanced security measures to protect your benefits from fraud and identity theft, which has been skyrocketing over the past few years. Without completing this verification process, you could experience serious disruptions to your payments starting as early as March. Let me explain what's really going on behind the scenes. The Social Security Administration has been dealing with an unprecedented surge in fraudulent claims and identity theft cases. Scammers have been targeting Social Security beneficiaries more aggressively than ever before, stealing billions of dollars in benefits. In response, the SSA has had to completely overhaul their security protocols. They're not just doing this to make your life harder, they're doing it to protect you and ensure that your hard-earned benefits don't end up in the hands of criminals. But here's the catch. In order for these new security measures to work, they need you to actively participate. They need you to log into your My Social Security account, verify your identity using their new system, and confirm that all your contact information is current and accurate. This includes your mailing address, your phone number, and your email address. And if you're receiving direct deposits, which most people are these days, you need to verify that your banking information is correct and up to date. Now, let me tell you what happens if you don't complete this step. First, you'll start receiving warning notices in the mail. These notices will give you a deadline to complete the verification process. If you ignore these notices, or if you don't complete the verification by the deadline, the SSA has the authority to temporarily suspend your payments until you comply. And I'm not talking about a day or two delay. We're talking about potentially weeks or even months of missing payments while you scramble to get everything sorted out. Imagine not receiving your Social Security check or your disability payment when you're counting on it to pay your rent, buy your groceries, or cover your medications. It's a nightmare scenario that's completely avoidable if you just take action now. Let me walk you through exactly how to complete this vital step, because I want to make this as easy as possible for you. The first thing you need to do is go to the official Social Security Administration website. Now, this is really important. Make sure you're going to the official website, which is SSA.gov. There are a lot of scam websites out there that look almost identical to the real thing, and they're designed to steal your personal information. So, be very careful. Always type the web address directly into your browser instead of clicking on links in emails or text messages. Once you're on the SSA website, you're going to look for the My Social Security section. If you already have a My Social Security account, you'll just log in with your username and password. If you don't have an account yet, now is the time to create one. The account creation process has gotten a bit more involved because of the enhanced security measures I mentioned earlier. You'll need to provide some personal information to verify your identity, including your Social Security number, your date of birth, and some information from your tax returns or other financial documents. This might seem intrusive, but remember, it's all designed to prevent someone else from creating an account in your name and stealing your benefits. After you log in, you should see a notification or alert about the verification update. The SSA has made this pretty prominent because they know how important it is. Click on that notification and follow the step-by-step instructions. They're going to ask you to review your personal information and confirm that everything is correct. Pay special attention to your mailing address because this is where the SSA will send important notices and your replacement Medicare card if you need one. If you've moved recently and haven't updated your address, this is absolutely critical. Next, they'll ask you to verify or update your contact information. This is where you provide your phone number and email address. Now, some people are hesitant to give the government their email address or phone number, but here's why you really should. If there's ever an issue with your benefits, or if the SSA needs to contact you urgently, they can reach you much faster by phone or email than by sending you a letter that might take a week to arrive. Plus, having this information on file allows you to receive electronic notifications about your benefits, which is much more convenient than waiting for paper statements. If you receive your benefits through direct deposit, which again, most people do these days, you'll need to verify your banking information. Double-check that the account number and routing number on file match your current bank account. If you've switched banks or opened a new account since you first set up direct deposit, you absolutely must update this information. Otherwise, your payment could be sent to the wrong account, and getting that money back can be a real headache that takes weeks to resolve. Now, let's talk about why the deadline is so important. The Social Security Administration has set February as the target month for all beneficiaries to complete this verification process. They've chosen February specifically because they want to give themselves time to process everything and resolve any issues before the next round of payments goes out in March. If you wait until the last minute and there's a problem with your verification, you might not have enough time to fix it before your next payment is due. I want to address something else that's really important here. Some of you might be thinking, well, I've been getting my Social Security payments just fine for years. Why do I suddenly need to do all this? And that's a totally fair question. The answer is that the threat landscape has changed dramatically. Cybercriminals have become incredibly sophisticated, and they've specifically targeted government benefit programs because that's where the money is. The old security measures that the SSA had in place just weren't cutting it anymore. They were seeing cases where criminals would steal someone's identity, change their direct deposit information, and redirect their benefits to a fraudulent account. By the time the victim realized what was happening, months of payments had been stolen. These new verification requirements are designed to prevent exactly that kind of fraud. By having you actively confirm your information and set up enhanced security features like two-factor authentication, the SSA is making it much harder for criminals to take over your account. Yes, it's a bit of extra work for you right now, but it's going to save you from potentially devastating financial loss down the road. Let me also talk about what to do if you run into problems during the verification process. The SSA knows that not everyone is comfortable with technology, and they've set up multiple ways for you to get help. First, if you're having trouble with the online process, you can call the Social Security Administration's main phone number, which is 1-800-772-1213. Be prepared for potentially long wait times, especially as we get closer to the February deadline, and more people are trying to complete this process. The best times to call are usually early in the morning right when they open or later in the afternoon. If you prefer in-person help, you can also visit your local Social Security office. However, I strongly recommend calling ahead to make an appointment. Most offices are requiring appointments these days to manage the flow of visitors and reduce wait times. When you go to your appointment, bring your Social Security card, a government-issued photo ID like your driver's license, and any documentation related to your benefits. The staff there can walk you through the verification process step by step. Another option that many people don't know about is that some community organizations and senior centers offer assistance with Social Security matters. They often have volunteers or staff members who are trained to help people navigate the SSA website and complete tasks like this verification process. If you have a local area agency on aging or a senior center in your community, give them a call and ask if they offer this kind of help. It's usually free, and it can be really valuable if you're not comfortable doing this on your own. Now, I want to be crystal clear about something. This verification process is completely free. You should never have to pay anyone to help you complete it. Unfortunately, scammers have been taking advantage of confusion around these new requirements by offering to help people complete the verification for a fee. Don't fall for it. The Social Security Administration will never charge you to verify your information or to access your benefits. If someone contacts you asking for payment to help with this process, it's a scam. Hang up, delete the email, or walk away. Speaking of scams, let me give you some red flags to watch out for. The Social Security Administration will never call you out of the blue and ask for your Social Security number or banking information over the phone. They will never threaten to suspend your benefits unless you make an immediate payment. They will never ask you to pay them using gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. If anyone contacts you claiming to be from the SSA and does any of these things, it's absolutely a scam. The real SSA communicates primarily through official letters sent by mail, and if they need to call you, they'll typically send you a letter first letting you know to expect a call. Let me share a real example of what can happen if you don't complete this verification. I've heard from several people who ignored the initial notices from the SSA because they thought they were scams or junk mail. By the time they realized the notices were legitimate, they had missed the deadline. Their payments were suspended, and they had to go through a lengthy reinstatement process that took over a month. During that time, they struggled to pay their bills and had to borrow money from family members just to get by. All of this could have been avoided if they had just taken 30 minutes to complete the online verification when they first received the notice. I also want to address those of you who might not have easy access to a computer or the internet. I know not everyone has a computer at home, and not everyone is comfortable using one. But here's the good news. Most public libraries offer free computer access, and many even have staff who can help you navigate government websites. You can also use a smartphone to complete this process if you have one. The My Social Security website works on mobile devices, though it's a bit easier on a larger screen if you have that option. The bottom line is this: completing this verification process is not optional if you want to continue receiving your benefits without interruption. The Social Security Administration is serious about these new security requirements, and they have both the authority and the systems in place to suspend payments for people who don't comply. I know it might seem like a hassle, but when you compare 30 minutes of your time now to potentially months of missing payments and fighting to get them reinstated, the choice is obvious. So here's what I want you to do as soon as you finish watching this video. Set aside some time today or tomorrow to complete this verification. Don't put it off until next week or wait until you receive a notice in the mail. Be proactive. Go to ssa.gov, Log into your My Social Security account and follow the prompts to verify your information. If you run into any problems or have questions, call the SSA helpline or visit your local office. And if you know other people who receive Social Security, SSI, or SSDI benefits, share this information with them. Many beneficiaries, especially older adults, might not be aware of these new requirements, and they could really use your help spreading the word. Remember, your Social Security benefits are money you've earned through years of hard work. Don't let bureaucratic delays or security issues put those payments at risk. Take control of the situation by completing this vital verification step before February ends. Your future self will thank you when your payments continue arriving on time without any disruptions.